Welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're diving straight into something we all use every single day: digital tools. We are going to look at exactly how these tools completely changed our work and our daily lives. I mean, we're always on the internet, right? But how did we actually get here? And more importantly, how do these tools change the way we connect as humans? Let's explore some classic ideas that explain this whole evolution. Here's our roadmap for today. First, the power of email. Then, searching and saving information. Next, using blogs for work. And finally, building online groups. We'll be moving step by step from simple private messages all the way to massive online communities. Let's kick things off with Section 1, the power of email and direct communication. Email is one of the oldest digital tools we have, but its real impact on human relationships is still pretty surprising. Now, this is fascinating. People used to think email was just for quiet computer geeks hiding in their rooms, but the data actually shows the exact opposite. Highly active people who have many real-life friends are the ones who use email the most. They use it to build up close emotions and make their real human connections even stronger.
The famous writer Ryu Murakami really hit on something important here. He said the true secret to email is making sure the receiver doesn't feel burdened. A perfectly timed email shows you genuinely care about the other person's time. It's not just about pushing a message out, it's about respecting the person on the other end so they don't feel stressed.
So, what about group emails or mailing lists? Well, that same care applies here too. There is a golden rule. Mailing lists only work when they aim at one clear, specific project. If you try to use them for general, endless talking, they simply fail. People get overwhelmed, they get confused, and they eventually just stop reading. But wait, as we send all these daily messages back and forth, a huge question pops up. We are creating a massive mountain of data. So how in the world do we organize it all?
Which brings us right to Section 2, searching and saving information. We definitely need smart, simple ways to manage all our digital files.
Think back to the early days when Google gave us some simple, powerful tools to manage our digital lives. You had Gmail for handling your messages, Google Maps for finding locations, Blogger for sharing your writing, and Google Reader for following the news. These tools neatly separated our tasks and made daily work a lot easier to handle. But what about saving the great stuff we find online? That's where social bookmarks completely changed the game. Instead of just saving a web page to one single computer, you could add simple tags and keywords to it. Because of this, you could suddenly search for and find your saved links from anywhere, whether you are at the office or sitting at home.
Moving right along to Section 3, using blogs for work. Now that we know how to organize our information, let's look at how sharing it openly can actually change your business.
You know, you can actually use a blog just like a daily business notebook. It follows a very simple cycle. First, you plan your task. Second, you do the work. Third, you check your results by writing about them on your blog. And fourth, you act on what you learned to improve your habits. It's a fantastic cycle that helps you grow your professional skills fast.
Now, I have to be honest, building a successful business blog takes real effort. You really must update it every single day, and it can easily take 6 to 12 months before you start seeing regular visitors. But if you stick with it, you can build up your own personal client list. Or you can even use it inside your company to share project details with your team. And this leads to a truly amazing point, beautifully stated by Steve Jobs back in 2005. He said that living by his intuition and interest brought value that simply cannot have a price tag. When you do what you love and you share your true interests openly every day, the professional value just follows naturally over time. And finally, let's look at Section 4, building online groups. What actually happens when all these individual tools start connecting into massive community networks? Well, before we get too excited about these massive networks, we really need to pause and talk about a serious issue: the digital divide. Many people, like those with low incomes or disabilities, face very real barriers to accessing the internet. As these tools become absolutely essential for modern life, we simply cannot ignore this gap in access. Now, for the people who are connected, the platform they actually choose changes absolutely everything. Just look at the difference between these two social worlds. On the Echo platform, the users are a bit older, and the atmosphere is calm and settled. But over on Mixi, the users are younger, and the mood is highly energetic, even aggressive. The specific tool you use creates the whole social reality. Because these platforms are so different, smart users actually split up their tasks to get the best results. If your goal is finding friends, you jump on Mixi. If you need to do a keyword search, you use Hotna. And if you want to post daily updates about your work, you use a basic blog. You just pick the right tool for the job.
This kind of open community mindset can even change how whole companies are run. Just take a look at Hatena's business model. Everyone participates in the process. All the information is completely open to the team. There are no hidden power structures or corporate secrets. They are proving that an open, transparent network is just better than hiding things away.
So, here's the big question I want to leave you with today. We clearly have the tools to send emails, save global links, write businesses' blogs, and connect the whole world. But are you actually using these tools to build deep value, or are you just making noise? Really think about that the next time you log on for work. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer.